the western edge of the Far East. Lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery, the kingdom of Khura'in. But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole. But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Here in Khura'in, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm, and priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead. Fear not death. In the name of the Holy Mother. Fear only the impurities of your soul. And of course, since it's a tutorial case, we get to see who the killer is.
That man is the killer.
Presumably.
I'm good at this game already.
Oh, yeah.
April 23rd, 4:26 p.m. Kingdom of Khura'in. Khura'in?
Khura'in?
Yes.
Okay, Khura'in.
Sure.
Oh, shit.
Are we already broken?
Yeah, already broken. So, before this game, what's your experience with Phoenix Wright?
I know about Phoenix Wright. I know who he is. He's an American or Japanese attorney.
Correct.
I started playing one of the games and have little to no memory of it.
I forced you to play, like, the tutorial chapter for the first game.
Yeah, there was some plot point about time zones.
Yes.
That's all. That's all I know about Phoenix Wright.
All right, well, good, because this is the 6th game in the series, and the plot has been building ever since game 1. And there's going to be a lot of returning characters. I've played all the game. For comparison's sake, I've played all the games, except for Apollo Justice and the Investigations games, which I've watched Let's Plays of. So I'm pretty caught up on almost everything. So hopefully we'll have some good contrast here.
I'm sure none of your experience will be any use, since this game takes place in Khura'in, which I'm sure the legal system is nothing like wherever the other games take place.
Yeah, it's probably substantially different from Japanifornia. Let's see. Good voice for Phoenix. I mean, I'm gonna have to do it for the whole game, so I better be easy.
This is his internal monologue voice, too. Remember that.
Oh, yeah, I'll
You have
add
to...
an echo or something. I am not doing that. Woo, I'm finally here. So this is the kingdom of Khura'in, huh? What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. But just look at this place. Get a load of this street. Really feels like I'm in a whole nother world here. So you're not going to appreciate, but these anime backgrounds are so much nicer than the static ones from the old games.
I believe you.
And what a gorgeous temple. I read that's the center of town. Yeah, because the original games came out on the Game Boy Advance, so they weren't localized until the DS. Wow, an ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that.
Excuse me, sir.
Ha. They're British in Khura'in.
Maybe the guy's name is question mark, question mark, question mark.
Fair enough. I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a crest it has on its head.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah?
Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright?
Yeah, that's right. Oops. Hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute, are you?
That's right. Whew. I'm gonna upset somebody with how I say this name. I'll be your guide.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be your guide.
As I said it, I figured it out. I'm a monk in training at Temple, and I'll be your guide around town. It's very nice to meet you. Hapiraki.
There you go. Happy what now?
Hapiraki. That's how we greet people here in Khura'in.
Otherwise we speak English or Japanese.
It's like, hello, or how do you do? It's a pretty handy expression to know.
Hapiraki. Okay. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Hapiraki! He picked it up way faster than I did. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home, anyway. Right now, I'm just a traveler. A stranger in a strange land. Even stranger than Japan.
Welcome to our country. Welcome to the kingdom of Khura'in, a land of spirit mediums and mystery. I guess there's a heavy tourism industry. This is for you, to celebrate your arrival.
Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly?
Allow me to explain. This is a famous Khura'inese sweet bun. It's called a magataman, or soli bun. It's shaped like a magatama. It's so yummy, it'll send your soul right to the twilight, the shadow realm.
That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later.
That will be $20. Thank you for your patronage.
I have to pay?
I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know if you ever want any more.
No wonder his bag looks so heavy. Stuffed with all the tools of his trade.
Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something very important. It's about Miss Maya. She can't come see you for a few days yet.
Yeah. When I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. So apparently the prologue that we watched is like a fat lie, because she has her phone and he was able to contact her. That's fun. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Ah, good spirits. She's a spirit medium. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her ascetic training with her. Albie, this is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay?
You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all.
Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands.
Ah, shucks, she said that. That was sure nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too.
if there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. Oh, fuck. That was... See, Phoenix doing Maya's voice.
Internally. Needs to be reflected in how you say it, that you're only thinking it.
Damn, that's a little rough. You're putting a lot of conditions on me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. That's Phoenix doing a bad voice for her, not me doing a bad voice.
Sure.
That girl worries too much.
But you sure come early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for 2 weeks.
Ugh, I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her, too. I mean, maybe that intro was true and she got a new phone and called him before he arrived. Oh well. You know, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first.
Oh, sightseeing! Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights the country has to offer.
Thanks. That would be great. I guess Albie takes his job very seriously.
Well, what are you waiting for? Those sights aren't going to see themselves.
Yeah, you don't have to shove.
First stop, Temple, right there in the center of town. There's something there I really want to show you.
And this game upscales really nice. See, originally the entire game was about the resolution of that font. Wow, it's even more impressive up close.
Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, Temple. It was created by the founder of Khura'in, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday.
I read that the people of this country are all adherents to Khura'inism, which definitely is not the state-mandated religion. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated.
The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with our ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother.
A spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence.
The main thing you'll want to see when you come to the temple, is the Dance of Devotion, right? The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the Song of Ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The Dance of Devotion has the power to summon forth souls from the Shadow Realm and its wings on a loop and...
Hold it! Slow down! I can't remember all that at once.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited.
Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country.
Haha, well, that's sure true.
I sure hope your patriotism isn't called into question in the near future. I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does, and he's missing a tooth. That's how you know he's a rambunctious young boy.
It's only chipped, sir.
Oh.
Let's see, I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 damas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage.
I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship, too.
Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country also. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother.
Really? An hour? I hope that counted as patience training.
And she seemed really interested, too. She listened to my whole speech.
Huh. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know. Seriously.
Miss Maya is so kind and nice. You were going to say something contrary to that.
Oh, no, she's kind of nice. She's just impatient, kleptomaniac, kind of a dork. I'm actually really curious how she might have changed in, like, the last I think, like 9 years since she's been in a game?
She's kinda like a big sister to me.
This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since last I saw her.
Oh no!
What's the matter?
Is it that time already? We have to hurry into the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go.
Alright, let me add this to my court record. I'm sure it won't be relevant in the future. But why the big rush?
If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of her benevolence's dance of devotion.
Her benevolence. Is it sacrilege to have a crush on, the God Queen princess?
If it is, then sacrilege is very common here.
Down, boy, she's 14.
I think my character is also.
Yeah, probably. Maybe younger.
You're supposed to be singing along in English.
No. No, I'm not. I wonder if these lyrics come from like a sound library, or if they actually recorded them.
They probably went to Khura'in. Khura'in, this nation, and recorded it. The actual song of what's it called?
The Dance of Devotion. Mitima.
I'll be your guide. You're under arrest for treason.
That's how you pronounce his name? That's a pretty cuntish glare.
How dare you say that? I demand another lawyer.
Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Let's see. This is going to be like a short, temporary voice, so either of us can do it.
Because you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court?
I told you, my friend is on trial in there. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday and arrested Albia on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albi, so I just had to come see his trial.
A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, one of me, and get out of here.
Look, you've got it all wrong. Just great. I guess there's only one thing to do. Tell him I'm a lawyer, or tell him I'm Khura'inese.
Can you get a game over this early?
Let's find out. Actually, I used to be Khura'inese. Is that how that works? I lived here when I was little.
Oh, really? What town are you from?
Oh, well, it was a tiny village called Phoenixia.
It's pronounced Phoenixia. Oh, there's no such place. Did you really expect to get away with a bare-faced lie like that?
Busted. Well, I guess that means there's only one thing left to say. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner.
What?
I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home, anyway.
What? Lawyer? I can't. That's not possible. Very more difficult to believe than I realized.
What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. While he's in shock, I'll run into the courtroom.
Wait! Get back here, you!
Oh, he doesn't use that second world, third world gun. So this is a Khura'inese courtroom. It looks very similar to a Japanifornia courtroom, except for it's more ornate, and the prosecutor is on the opposite side. Oh wait, no they're not. I don't know. Yeah, the prosecutor's on the opposite side.
The divination seance has been performed.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you.
I will now hound down my verdict against the accused. Guilty.
What the fuck? Trial's been going on for like 5 minutes. What? A verdict already? But the trial only just started.
Guilty? There's got to be some kind of mistake. Please, take another look. Seances performed by the Princess Raifa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't.
Crap. He's got a scummy voice.
This is a recurring character?
He's throughout the first trial and no other trials.
Okay.
And yes, he is a recurring character from...
Okay.
Let's see, what is it? They're always the tutorial prosecutor.
Oh, don't do that voice.
No. Isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, come on.
Please don't edit this out.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Oh, God.
Isn't it a roll?
Definitely don't.
I'm so bad at voice acting, god damn it. God, I've been so long, so I don't know how to reach high voices anymore. Isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic that a devout adherent of Khura'in would dare doubt her insight? This will have to do. Yes, there we go. I think that will be fine. Non-believers will be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know.
But I didn't do it. Your benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg of you.
Be silent, impudent whelp. There is no merit to be had in indulging ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul.
But...
What in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance? You know, we may have had frickin' spirit mediums in our courtrooms helping us out, but we didn't base our verdicts on them. What is Albi's attorney doing? Oh. Wait a minute. Where is Albi's attorney?
Wait a minute, where is the camera?
The camera's sitting in the middle of the divination pool.
But it turns left. You pointed out before how the attorneys are swapped.
Yes, so it turns left, so facing the witness stand, it's to the left. The attorney's on the left.
Okay, that does make sense.
Yeah.
I was backwards. I didn't do anything wrong!
Foolish child. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. Did that say himself? I swear it did.
I didn't catch it.
Your Majesty, as royal priestess, and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul.
As you command, so shall it be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Urdihara Khura'in.
Kalima!
So nice that they explain how to pronounce it after we have to voice it.
Right.
What?
Huh? Wait just a moment.
You're...
Me and my big mouth. Now what?
Mr. Wright, what are you doing here, sir?
Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Your Honor, it's too soon to give a verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes.
Excuse me? Who on earth are you?
I'm, well, an ordinary tourist, Your Honor, just passing through.
Ah, a tourist, are you? Hapuraki.
But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney?
Defense attorney? Ha 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 ha! Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney.
Human rights? Wait, what?
Of course you wouldn't be aware, being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the kingdom of Khura'in. We leave it all up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communication. Her divination seances determine all.
What? But surely you can see how unfair that is.
In fact, our nation's income is primarily stock speculation.
Hold on, stock speculation based on the last memories of people who have already died? Because that doesn't seem very effective. What kind of insane court system are they running here? You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon? Fucking Sonic the Hedgehog, motherfucker. If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff? You know, the one with the fucking gun. The bailiff is the big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he? I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir for your travels. At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt.
Now, hold on. Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this.
I'll be.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead, go see Miss Maya.
But
forget about me. You have to go now. I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you, but it looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry.
Man, he's really trying to convince Phoenix to protect him. The poor kid. He's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do?
Go find Maya. Obviously.
Alright, so let's get the first game over.
I mean, is that a game over or a ignore the tutorial? Maybe Albie never shows up again after the tutorial.
just completely cut out this case.
Yeah. You've played a Phoenix Wright game before. What do you need a tutorial case for?
Yeah, well, let's see how this works out. Oh, God. The whole reason I came to this country was to see Maya. And I'm just an outsider here with no knowledge of the way they do things. But I'm still a defense attorney first and foremost. Okay, so it's one of those, You heartless bastard, we're not gonna let you have a choice. I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing in Alby's corner. If Alby doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him.
To defend him? You can't be serious.
Did you hear that? He's out of his mind.
Heaven forbid! Defend me, Mr. Wright. What are you saying? You can't do that.
I most certainly can. Don't worry, I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you?
Mr. Wright. You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further.
Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country.
Bailiff, throw this man out!
Hold it!
Your Majesty, if you please.
You have something to say, Mr. Payne?
Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Right, Mr. Whoever you are.
Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler?
That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty. And yes, I am acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land, Japanifornia. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before.
I'm sorry, what?
Heavens to Betsy!
Heavens to Betsy!
Maybe Betsy was the Holy Mother's first name.
What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney?
Maybe it's like... one of the second world countries, so she's like using American slang from like 20 years ago because she has VHSs to watch or
A
some
defense
shit.
attorney? Well, this is a shock.
You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. I guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here.
Your Majesty, would you kindly allow me to proceed in the manner of kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country?
But, Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case.
Call it nostalgia, if you will, but I am most eager to give it a try.
But I have a previous engagement, you see. A class together with the missus.
Oh man, justice.
Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this country. A courtroom?
A score? As in 20 years? What's the fucking deal with this backwards-ass country that thankfully isn't based on any real place, probably?
Mr. Payne, I want that sonic-headed motherfucker to give me a stick.
Head on a stick. That makes much more sense than what I said.
As you wish, Your Benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself.
Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and her benevolence want, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you're prepared for every eventuality.
I wonder why that part was highlighted in orange. What is he talking about?
There. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier.
That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm also known in this country. And you'll see soon enough just why that is, when you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law.
Why is he so strangely confident? I've literally kicked his ass 5 times before now. And not only that, but what's with the gallery?
Just you watch. That defense attorney will try to twist the truth. You can bet on it.
Get him, Chief Prosecutor! Get him!
This is way more lawyer hate than even back home. Even more than during the dark age of the law.
Now, if you would please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne.
Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr.
Patrol.
Yeah.
Patrol.
Temple Guard. The empty treasure box that housed the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure.
To kill a guard armed with a gun. What a terrifyingly bold act.
I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo.
It's been a long time since we had evidence. It's been a long time since we had evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
Our justice system is a sham.
We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations.
Thank God for that, because otherwise this trial just wouldn't work in our favor at all.
Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable.
Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't take your word for it. I can check the evidence out myself by looking at them in the court record, or by pressing the R button. We'll see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne.
Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes to the very heart of our nation.
Passionate.
Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown.
Is this treasure really such a valuable object?
How can you even ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the mitama, of the Holy Mother.
Keep her soul trapped in a box?
Yes, we can use it to create powerful enchantments.
Oh, yeah. Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. Your religion is also a sham.
You don't believe it, do you?
Of course I believe it. Something tells me I better play along.
This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much.
It's been like 20 years since you've seen one. You really dislike him? Your Honor, Your Majesty?
What is it now?
This treasure. I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something?
If there had been a photo of it, the soul wouldn't still be there! Fool! Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale.
He's been getting awfully angry with me. And are those veins popping out of his forehead?
It's forbidden for anyone outside of the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That is why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright.
I guess these are national treasures. They're off limit to the public I guess there are national treasures. They're off limits to the public back home, too.
For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago, when the treasure box was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people.
Sorry. Okay.
What?
I guess there's a distinction between evidence and the court record. It said treasure box is. Imagine treasure box has been added to your inventory. Now you have the treasure box.
That's like actually a bizarre thing that happens all the time in Phoenix Red, is that sometimes you have a representation of the thing, and sometimes it's just in evidence, and sometimes you have the thing, and it's so unclear sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear there's been a string of thefts lately of historic artifacts from the temple.
Right, your majesty. Inexcusable thievery of the precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused.
So he used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. Is that it?
The accused's family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training.
Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume?
What? No, I have questions. Fuck you.
Even more? But you just asked a bunch. Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes.
What? He's still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see. What else do I need to know more about? Let's see. The crime scene, the weapon, the motive. My old port badge. Song and Founder's Orb.
Motive's a good question. I'm a bit concerned as to how Albie was supposed to fence these things.
Yeah, that's a good question. But also, even in Japanifornia, that kind of argument wouldn't fly. Temple's treasure room. So we know that forced open, its contents stolen. The average person can only see it in this newspaper article. Okay. Oh. Let's see the profiles. He's 9. The defendant, industrious young man, is both a monk in training and a Khura'in's tour guide. Gaspin Payne. A prosecutor from back home. Though what he's doing here as Khura'in's chief prosecutor is beyond me. Victim in this case, he guarded the treasure room and was killed by the thief who stole it. Yeah, so the motive would be to steal the treasure.
I suppose so.
Weapon has not been established. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? Oh, right, I'm voicing both of these people.
The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large bloodstain on it.
How utterly reprehensible. Using the treasure... using the sacred treasure box for murder.
The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with the treasure. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside.
But the defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head.
Ah, a very good point, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for their difference in stature.
Ugh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Merry Christmas. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Hip hip. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there is anything else, I am ready to announce my verdict.
It's worth mentioning that the last time we saw Gaspin Payne, he was being disbarred for fabricating evidence.
Oh. Very well, in that case, I find the accused.
Just a moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? Just a hair?
I told you, I have plans to attend. I'm late. It's already started. How did the time fly by so fast? I declare a recess, I guess.
He's still stuck on that? We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. Huh? Did I say something funny?
Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that?
What? What do you mean, what do I mean?
I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall...
And little wonder, a so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years.
Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story.
Is that really necessary?
Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty.
What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say.
Oh, how kind of you, Your Royal Payness.
Very well. As long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne.
It's so weird for him to be respected.
I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway.
In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand.
Oh, but before we do, I'd better call my wife and apologize for missing that class. Any objections?
Go for it, Your Majesty.
Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would.
I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide, too.
Why me? Now where were we?
Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty.
Right. Let's do that then. At the defense attorney's insistence, I might add...
He sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind.
Well, the defense had better get to it. And make it quick, if you please.
The defense? Mr. Wright,
I didn't know you were a lawyer.
Well, I am, and I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth and you'll be all right.
But I actually did it. You tricked me.
I'm sorry, what?
If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give back that Magatomon I gave you yesterday.
Albie, what the fuck?
Don't talk to me! You disgust me!
Now even Albie's against me, but why?
This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time.
All right.
And now the meat and potatoes of Phoenix Wright. Cross-examination.
I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Khura'in's butterfly on it.
Well, this is our first one, so I guess it can be easy.
When the incident happened, I was in the hallway, planning out my tour route.
Were you well acquainted with the victim?
Yes. He used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other at the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know.
I bet Albie looked up to him.
But he had to give up that work and go to... he had to give that up and go to work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. But at least that way he could still stay on at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite.
The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. So Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well.
Let's try not to think about who's going to support them now that he's dead.
But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him.
It sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar.
Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up, never surrender. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. That's what he would say to me. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on, in my training and in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that?
Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion.
But, Your Majesty, I haven't even cross-examined him yet.
That wasn't the end of it? It's been so long, I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about.
A judge who doesn't even know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell is this?
I really do wish I could remember how it works.
Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? Shit, it's going to tutorial me, but I also kind of think it might be funny.
Will Phoenix give the judge a refresher course on what the fuck it means to cross-examine a witness? Well, if you've been paying attention to the bottom screen, you probably already know. Otherwise, find out next time on this Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. Z.